So it's a Friday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 72, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. 72 is a good year. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, right now, it's fucking 50 degrees out. 50 to fucking degrees. And it was 61 earlier. So, last week it was what? 39? Last Friday? Now, 61. Fucking Western New York, man. I mean, what can I say? That's been my whole entire life like that. They say fucking Rochester winters have 4 seasons, which is kind of true. So anyway, this week I have been so. Oh wait, I'm gonna get it out the fucking way. What I forgot last time. Hold on, that's probably straight. What I forgot last time is, but everyone probably already knows this. I'm gonna make the always available shirt. I'm gonna make it simple. It's gonna be a simple design, to the point. It's gonna be how do you say? It's not gonna be. It's gonna be anybody can wear it. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like a fat cap Devastator shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like for anyone. So I just got to, fucking recover from the crew neck drop. So once I recover from that, then I'll start running those, and we'll just stay with them. And I don't even know if I'm going to do different colors. Like, I think I'm just going to do white on black, always available. And you can get it anytime, or if it's out of stock for whatever reason, it will be returning shortly, kind of thing. Not like, when it's gone, it's gone. Doghead's gone. I know my rights. Every model gone. Everything that you've ever seen that's not available anymore is fucking gone forever. But I think this will be the only thing that is not gone forever. Just because I know a lot of people missed out on a lot of shit, and you gotta be there, kind of, you kind of gotta be there, but I want something for anyone, because dude, sometimes, as if you've been following along, sometimes it can go a while without us having any kind of clothing drops, and so if someone's new and they really want to get something, but I'm fucking 7 months out from the next drop, I think this will be nice for that. And t-shirts are reasonably priced, and so I don't think it'll be a big deal. So I'm gonna try to get that rolling as soon as possible. So be on the lookout for that. Don't really be on the lookout, because you'll know, because I tell you guys everything. I can't fucking barely keep anything a secret, but so yeah, sorry. Ooh. So I'm sure you probably saw briefly. If you didn't see briefly, I actually ended up making a whole fucking portion on the website about it. The Marley the cat fucking incident, which fucking makes me so angry. I just want to punch someone in their fucking face. And if I was in a different point of my life, I would probably have fucking, I don't know, it could have ended differently. But if you don't know the Marley the cat incident, if you missed that post before I deleted it, I had to think about it, and what I've talked about with someone about things like that is sometimes the Devastator page is not for everything. Even though I like to keep my personal touch and and ultimately I can post whatever the fuck I want. But it really, as far as growing, it's not good to just have everything there. I've even toyed around with the idea of having like the Devastator uncensored page, where it's fucking not really uncensored, but where I just do whatever the fuck I want, and it's, you know, so basically like a personal page, but, you know, still Devastator. I don't know, because I really don't want a fucking personal page anymore. I think the only reason I keep my other one is just to have those photos that, you know, that I've had over the years, to keep all those, because I don't have them anymore. So I think that's the only reason I even keep my fucking personal page. Like, if you tried to add that shit, I'm probably not going to add you. It's nothing personal. I just don't use it. I don't go there. There's a fucking 100 fucking requests, and it's not personal, man. It really, I don't use it. So, and every, you know, however often fucking I'll log in just to see if there's, you know, anything I missed or whatever the fuck. I don't look at anything anyone posted. I just check the messages to see if there's anything there. And just still motherfuckers, yo, what's up with them blue tops, yo? Dude, it's been fucking 10 years. What the fuck? Well, nah, it hasn't been 10 years, but it's been some fucking years. It's been at least since Devastator started. It's been 6 years minimally. But I did have a motherfucking impact. I impacted with the wave. So anyway, I don't even know why the fuck I'm talking. Oh yeah. So I realized that there's a time and a place for a lot of things, and the Devastator page, at the end, I hate saying this statement at the end of the day, but really it kind of fits here. At the end of the day, it's a fucking business. And no matter how much I treat it like a personal business or my personal page, I kind of have to fucking, I'm learning to somewhat separate. Like, I'll never completely separate, because that's what makes this kind of what it is. Even though I feel like I'm detaching for some reason from a lot of people. I don't think it's I don't know. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's not the same because it's growing, or I don't know what it is. I don't want that to go away, but maybe because I'm not fucking going crazy on people anymore, or I'm not just not even cursing anymore, because I'm just so fucking paranoid. I barely even comment anymore after getting the fucking ban. You know, this fucking AI fucking police force is fucking breaking my balls and making me crazy. But excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah. I fucking just ate. I'm trying to get everything done. Got this machine order about to roll out. It's probably the fastest fucking turnaround time I've ever had on something. Fucking grinded it out today. Grinded it, boy. That's what that picture was, with all the fucking metal shavings. I couldn't really get the ones I wanted to get, the ones on the floor, because there's like a big ass pile of fucking metal shavings. But anyway, so I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to keep it together, but I'm still trying to have that personal touch. And I know people still reach out to me, you know, with like inside jokes and shit from the Devastator's past, and people remember the animal pack and shit like that. Like, if you don't know what the animal pack is if something went down in the comments with XYZ, whoever, usually just some fucking random, and you joined in with the melee against them, I would send you this achievement sticker, or, you know, sticker graphic. You know, I hate to say this right now, but for some fucking reason or another, I got my grill in here. It's been in here the whole time, but for some reason I can like hear my voice echoing from the fucking grill, and I'm looking around to try and find something to fucking drape over the top of that motherfucker, because I don't like the sound that it's making. It's fucking annoying me. I don't even know what I got though. Hold on 1 second. fucking tarp. Maybe that'll do it. It sounded like it actually did. I can't wait for the summertime. Put that motherfucker back outside. Anyway, so Marley the cat, now after I'm 10 minutes of fucking going on and on, Marley the fucking cat was a neighborhood cat that people have told me, other people who have lived here much longer than I have, we've been here a year, and they say that Marley the cat was here for about 7 years in the streets, and this guy 2 houses south of my house on my side of the street, he and his wife, I guess, or whatever, would take care of Marley. And by take care of, I mean, I guess Marley could go inside at some points. I don't know. I can't say I kept an eye on the cat 24 hours a fucking day. There's I think there's 10 fucking cats that live around here, all in the streets. It's fucking whatever. I'll get into that. So when we had them 39 inches of snow in a day and a half, I built like a fucking house underneath my porch, and like I cut a fucking, had a hole cut in a big ass cooler, filled it with straw, and put that under there. And I built a fucking lean-to over these food bowls, and then I built a fucking another shelter over the top. I did all this fucking shit for these fucking neighborhood cats. They're not even fucking mine, and but they're just always at my spot. Probably because that's where the food is. I'm sure if we stopped feeding them, but anyway. Motherfuckers just obviously don't take care of their fucking animals around here. And so during the storm, Marley, I haven't seen her. I thought it was a her. The guy says it was a he. I don't fucking know. I'm really not sure. But I didn't see the cat for a while. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe somebody brought it in. It's a nice cat. It's nice to people. It like ran the fucking neighborhood. None of these other cats fucked with Marley, and you could see that just by the way the cat would move around and motherfuckers would get the fuck away. And so I'm like, maybe somebody brought it in, maybe they got it in for the storm or whatever. And then the guy started like walking up and down the street looking for the fucking cat, and I'm like. So then he's asking in the Facebook group. I'm not in that shit. Erica's in that shit. And I'm like, the cat's name is Felix. It's missing, blah, blah, blah. Everyone calls him Marley, dog. I don't fucking know. I call him Marley. We called him Marley up in this bitch. And so I'm like, damn. So now I'm kind of keeping an eye out. Like, all right, we'll see if we see Marley anywhere. You don't see it, don't see it. He posts again, his wife or something a couple days later. And he's still every night walking up and down the one side of the street, looking up the driveways and shit. And then I don't know when a week ago, this fucking disgusting pig that lives across the street, she surfaced from being in her house for a month, and to tell the other neighbor that she found a dead cat in her basement. I'm like, what? So whatever. The guy comes back. He takes the cat away. Up. It's Marley. Cat was dead in the basement. And I'm unclear of the fucking details. And what I think is, I don't know. It got fucked up in the snow. I don't know what the fuck happened, right? And I really didn't think too much into it. I was just upset that the cat died. I like that fucking cat. So then my fucking neighbor next door to the north of me, directly next door, he fucking watches out for the cats too. He told Erica, he said, yeah, fucking woman across the street, fucking disgusting. Fucking the cat broke a window, injured itself, trying to get out of the fucking snow. And the people, it's a side-by-side apartment. They could hear it fucking making noise for a month or weeks. It was weeks. It turned out to be a month before they found it. Meowing and fucking until it stopped. And what they said was They heard it, but they didn't know where it was coming from. What the fuck? So now, right? So now I know you just heard me say that the guy was posting the fucking what street we're on and fucking that his cat is missing, and they're literally 2 houses down on the other side of the fucking street. They're in this same group, this same Facebook group, begging on almost a daily basis, begging for food, begging for diapers, begging for all this fucking shit, right? But yet they still go every day and get a big ass fucking soda from McDonald's though. But they need to beg for food for their fucking children because her fucking old man, he bounced over the summer, and then she sat her motherfucking ass on the porch waiting for him to come back from motherfucking 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night every single fucking day, when she was never outside. Anyway, so they already disgust me that I have to fucking look at these people all fucking day anyway, regardless. I'm out there fucking grinding, coming home at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning from work, waking up at 6 to get the kids out, starting fucking machining fucking anyway, it fucking annoys me. Some people fucking irritate me. But then to say that they sat and listened to that shit and just couldn't figure out where it was coming from. What are you, fucking stupid? What are you, fucking stupid? It like fucking makes me sick. Bitch, if I'm sitting in my fucking house and I hear something like that, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Like, I'm going to find out what the fuck is going on. Especially, they don't have no fucking cats. So, like, you know, what the fuck? So that like just totally bummed me out. And then they said the cat starved to death and it had glass stuck in it and all this shit. And I was just like, you know, what the fuck is wrong with people? You know, I understand, you know, they do whatever, man. It's just, it upset me so much. I was like, I feel like just walking over there and just knocking on the door and just punching someone in the face. And whatever, like, what are you going to do to me? You know, and I kind of feel that way about a fucking lot of people in this area. Like, I'm 5 foot nothing, but I just seen the way people operate here, and what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, what are you for real gonna do? Are you willing to take it to that fucking level? Because what are you gonna do? And that's the shit that fucking gets me upset. I don't give a fuck how you treat your kids, whatever. Obviously, the first kid, the older one, the father has him because you're such a fucking poor excuse of a mother. You can't even have it. But then you got these other kids, a fresh baby and then a small one. They don't never come outside. I don't never see the children. They could be dead. I don't know. I never see them motherfuckers. Like, so if I punch her in the face, all it's going to do is I'm going to have to go do weekends or something. It's just going to make my life worse, and her life is not going to change at all. Her life is still going to be the same as it is. Inside, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never leave the house except to go to McDonald's with the neighbor because you ain't got no fucking vehicle. Anyway, it's just shit just fucking annoys me. And then some other motherfuckers down the street, and it all comes back to this fucking cat issue. And now I know exactly where this stems from because my mother rescued animals and had the same fucking issues for my entire life. So it's like replaying itself. And I feel the same way about animals as my mother does. And that's because of her. You know, like if you put, and I think I said this before, if you put a cat and a person next to one another and you said, you know, and you put a gun to my head and said, one of them's got to go. Sorry, pal. What kind of cat food does it like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking serious. I value random animal life far more than fucking human life. I just do. You know, if you're my friend and I love you and shit, I'll kill somebody for you for sure. But if you're a random cat and someone's fucking with you, I'm probably gonna kill for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking So that whole thing, man, it just was like a fucking super downer. And I could have just gone on with the rest of my life with thinking the cat died in the fucking storm. right? And even my mother was telling me, like, she knew something was the deal, because she's like, out of all the years we had all these cats and all these fucking animals and and living in the city and all this shit, when have you ever seen a frozen to death cat? And I was like, never. She's like, exactly, like, it just doesn't happen. They fucking are, especially Marley, been doing this shit for years. So my mother said, I think something else happened to it, and then it went somewhere to die, which seems to be what happened somewhat. Like, I don't know if it was injured by the window, so it went in the basement to die, or if it was cold, and I don't know. But, like, she knew what it was. She knew that it didn't just freeze to death out in the fucking elements. Not here. So that shit, like, it fucking still bothers me. I can see, I'm looking at their house right now through the garage. I feel like walking over there right now and just punching someone in the face. But what's that gonna do? They'll sue me. They'll fucking sue me because they ain't got nothing else to do. But whatever, man. It fucking is just it's a frustrating fucking thing. It's gonna be a long summer. So then also, right? Also, so I was thinking about me talking about AJ last week, and I told the story kind of, and shared memories and shit. But I don't know if I ever really said that. Well, I mean, I guess it was apparent from the story that the last thing I said to my friend was that I can't be friends with you anymore. And I don't remember if last week if I talked about that, but I remembered saying, like, I didn't mean it, because I didn't mean it. I don't mean it, and it's not what I was after, But if you personally are living with regret for something, whether it be old or new or whatever it is, and you're looking for the signal to try and let it go, like, this is that, because I held that fucking feeling for so long, that the last thing I fucking told somebody that I loved, the last fucking thing was, I can't fucking be friends with you anymore. And watched him drive out of the fucking driveway. And then I could still hear his fucking voice on that goddamn collect call. Kyle, call Eds. And I didn't. You gotta let go. And I don't mean that you have to let go of the feeling. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, you don't have to. It's okay to feel bad and remorse or regret or whatever the fuck it is that you feel, but if you're harboring these feelings and it haunts you or it bothers you, you gotta let it go. And I learned that after too many years of drugs and alcohol fucking coping, that it sucks that that's the way it ended, but it doesn't change that that's the way it ended, and that's what it is, and you can either sit and just let that consume you for years and years and years, and it will. And even if you don't think about it, even if it's not at the front of your mind every single day, because it wasn't mine for a long time, and as the saying is, time heals all wounds, which, it does. It doesn't make it go away, it's like when you injure yourself, it heals, there's always going to be remnants of that injury. And, but it gets easier, your hand works a little better, your fucking arm, your elbow works a little better. It still fucking gets a little creaky in the fucking rain, kind of thing. But it's, it's fixed, or the cut, or when it gets cold, that scar turns purple, that you can't really see. that's kind of like what I did for a long time until I don't even know when the turning point was, but I was able to, I don't know, maybe it's because I told the story. Yeah, I told the story to so many people because of the subject matter, which I'm still, I can't talk about just because out of respect, I can't really talk about the subject matter. But I've talked to people about that and like, yo, like, you know, fucking be careful what you're doing when you're doing things or whatever. I'm trying to tiptoe around the shit. And maybe I've told the story so many times that it was like therapy to me to tell this story. And this is normally a story that I keep to myself, and only the people who were right there knew about this story, and select people over the years. But I kind of felt like it's a story that should be shared because I don't want other people to go 20 fucking years of harboring woulda, shoulda, coulda shit, you know, because it weighs on you, and it would weigh on me, and I would, especially when it was heavy when I had the hour ride home, and I was working late, so it was very lonely. I like to consider myself a professional texter and driver, but when there's no one to fucking talk to, everyone at home is sleeping, you know, fucking there's no one on the roads, and you're just driving. It's 3:00 in the morning, you're just driving home. You think about a lot of shit. You'd be surprised of things that you can work out in an hour of fucking driving. You know, I'm talking like I'm the only one. I know there's motherfuckers listening here that got to commute, you know. And so you know what it's like, and especially when it's a commute you've been doing for 10 years, you'd know it like the back of your hand, and you're just elsewhere when you're driving it. And that it would get bothersome then, because I would, you know, you go off into the thinking, well, maybe, what if when we were talking before he left and he told me, he said, just come with me tonight. We don't got to drink. We don't got to do nothing. We'll just go fucking hang out and talk about this. And I said no. I was like, I was trying to tough love, stick to my guns kind of thing, you know. And I fucking, dude, I never, in my wildest fucking dreams, I never ever in my life thought that was what was gonna happen. I mean, I don't think anybody does when stuff like that. You know, what the fuck am I talking about? No one knows that kind of shit. I never knew that, because obviously if I did, I would have done things differently. So then when you're on that hour ride home and you're thinking, well, what if I would have went? What if I would have done this? Or what if I would have answered that collect call and called it back? Would that have changed things? Could I have prevented this? You know, it's like things like that. But then, so I think like that, and you know, that's a big fucking downer, right? That's like a downer ass thought. Could I have prevented someone from dying? And I don't think so. And I don't know, and I'll never know. But I spent a lot of fucking time thinking if there was something I could have done different, and if I would have, what it could be. And I had to let go at some point. I had to, you know, it's like, well, it's not like this, but let's say you're looking for a fucking buried treasure. You know, that's what they always say. You were gonna find it the day after you quit looking for it, kind of thing. But there is no treasure in talking about shit like that, or thinking about shit like that. There's no You're never going to fucking resolve that. There is no answer. He died, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to solve anything. There's not going to be some epiphany. Oh, well, you know what? Nah. This is the way it happened, and it's done. And you have to heal. So if you're hearing this right now, and you're healing, or you need to, just do it. Just let it go. It's done. It really is done. And you will feel so much better. And I don't think I'll ever be guilt-free, because I don't think you can heal from that. But because I'm guilty because of what I did, not because of what I could have done or woulda, shoulda. Again, woulda, shoulda, coulda, should. I'm not guilty because of that. I'm guilty because I did say I can't be your friend anymore, and I didn't call back, and that's a guilt that I have to fucking live with. You know, that's something I have to do. The last time I talked to Gary before he died last year, he was at my grandmother or my uncle's house, which was my great grandmother's before. Anyway, that's why I call it my grandmother's house. But I was at my uncle's house, and I was talking to Gary. Steve got me in the picture, like we were fucking talking about the cancer shit. And the kids are doing the Easter egg hunt and shit. And I look up and Gary's fucking Caprice is driving away. And I'm like, oh, cocksucker, I didn't even get to fucking say goodbye. And he said, oh, his nephew had a car problem. He was stranded on the side of the road or something. He had to go handle it. He had to go do what he did best, to fucking take care of people that he cared about. And so after he ended up in the ICU, I remember my mom saying, Gary's in fucking intensive care, this and that. You should think about going up there. And I remember thinking, like, my grandpa would be in the fucking intensive care fucking every couple months. And he always pulls through. And then the next day, my sister got a hold of me and was like, you might want to come up here because he's not leaving here. And that's when it hit me like, oh fuck, man. And he wasn't there anymore, he was just laying there. There was nothing going on. Maybe, but not, nah. So my last memory with him, which I guess, I don't know, but maybe I shouldn't have went to the fucking hospital, because that's my actual last memory. And you know what's fucked up about that is, like, I can close my eyes and I can think about it, but I can't see him there. Like, it's hard. It's like hard for me to picture him in the hospital bed with all the machines and shit. Like, I know what it looks like. I can create an imaginary scenario, but I can't remember his face, and I think that's on purpose, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally fucking fine with that, because I know exactly what the deal is, But I never got to say goodbye, like a real goodbye. It was, we were just talking, but I guess that was our goodbye. It was one of those talks that we had my whole entire life about all kinds of shit. Obviously, you hear the voicemails, and it's a Friday night. What do you plan on doing? And that's what we talked about, just real life shit. And so maybe that's what it was supposed to be. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit where it's due to. Maybe that's what was supposed to happen. Maybe, not maybe, like, that is what was supposed to happen, because that's what happened. And I always used to think about my own life and what I thought it was going to be and what it ended up being. And I would depress myself and say, like, to myself that this wasn't what I thought my life was supposed to be. And that's true in a sense that I thought I was going to be a rich and famous fucking musician. And but now I realize that my life is so much more than that. Like, I got people that rely on me in that fucking house that love me regardless of what I do. You know, whether I'm a famous musician or if I fucking scrub floors for a living. And I feel like at the way my life was going, it would have been one or the other. And no matter what, if I could take it all back, if I could bring everything back, I don't think I would change anything. I might say goodbye to a couple people properly, but I wouldn't change the trajectory at all. I'm happy where I am. I'm happy where I ended up. And 20 years ago, when I was fucking sitting in jail, I thought my life was over. You know, fucking when they're talking about fucking 5 to 15 minimum, 15 to 45 max, fucking charges, an adult, fucking you don't want to take this to trial because you're gonna fucking fry. You know, I'm fucking 16, 17 years old through this whole process. Like, and I just think my life is over. I'm never gonna get beyond this. And fucking, this is like a joke now. You know, I mean, it's not really a joke because a lot of people put a lot of effort into keeping me free, but you know, it's been so long and it's just so far removed that it's just like just something that happened. It's something people go, fucking Jesus, you know. What a bad night that was. Fucking A, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting at. It's been a rough week. It's been a fucking rough week. I'm in a good mood though. I'm happy. You know, I'm there was some downer ass shit, but I'm happy, you know. And I miss some people. You know, there's a lot of people I miss. My cousin that killed himself, which it's even kind of unclear because there's things that say that he got murdered, but I don't know. In the end, it was ruled a suicide. My uncle's son, not like my cousin, you know, that a kid I grew up with down the street, but it was my uncle's son. And him and his old lady at the time were into some fucked up shit. Like he got hooked on the dope, you know what I mean? He got hooked on the shit, and they were down south, and he got hooked on the shit and was like fucking up, and like my grandma wrote a check and they stole the account number and were writing all these checks out of my grandmother's account and all this shit. And he messaged Erica about something. I don't even remember what it was. And I told her, I said, don't fucking get back to him. You know, don't even get back to him. Just fucking ignore it. And then he died. And I felt guilty about that too. And I know she did, but I was trying to protect our relationship, and by our relationship, I meant mine and his, because he knows that I was from the streets, so I wasn't like, I know what the fucking deal is, son. So I felt like he was bypassing me, going to her, knowing that she's not. And that's what my thought was, that he was working a fucking angle somehow. And that if she interacted with him, that somehow or another, I would hate that motherfucker and I'd have to punch him in the face at Thanksgiving when they came up, you know, or something like that. So I just thought, stay the fuck away. And I was wrong. I mean, I don't know if I was wrong because I don't know what the fuck he wanted. But she should have just, I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for saying that, but dude, motherfucker was fucking up, man. And I just didn't want that to be happening to me. I wasn't in no position to be fucking, nah. You know, I didn't want those feelings and shit. And now his brother, fuck. Love that kid too, man. He's all fucked up in the game. Supposedly he's cleaned himself up. He got licked with all kinds of meth and all this shit. But he was up here. I can't even remember why the fuck they were up here. At my sister's wedding. He was gacked the fuck out, but he'll just tell you. He's like, yeah. He's like, fucking, got dropped off on Main Street trying to look for anything, crack, H, whatever, you know, meth, but the meth's hard to find, this and that. And I'm the oldest. They're all younger than me. And it breaks my heart, but at least, like, you know, like, this motherfucker, like, he's going to look for some dope. I don't fucking know. Just be careful. But I don't fucking know, man. Ugh. Let go if you have to. Just let go. Promise. If you can figure out how to do that, you'll feel better. You'll be able to look around and enjoy things and think about happy times with the people who you're letting go of these feelings about, and think about the happy things and having fun and doing funny shit. And then maybe you can start healing, even if it's been a long time, you know? And don't ever beat yourself up about the woulda, shoulda, coulda, man, because it's done. Now think about what to do next. Think about what you're gonna do today and tomorrow, and how you're gonna crush tomorrow and end today on a good note. And if you can, and I know it's fucking cliche and fucking goofy sounding, but if you can, with people that you really care about, always try to say goodbye and tell them that you love them. Like, I've been telling people that I love them when I get off the phone and shit. It's people that I worry about that I'm not in a lot of contact with for many years. And there was a time when people would look at me fucked up. Because you're my like guy friends, you know, like fucking people I grew up in the streets with. All right, man, you be good. I love you, and I love you too. And now it makes more sense, and I'm glad that I've done that all these years, because I do love them, and I want them to know that. And if I tell you I love you, I do. If I say it to you, I fucking mean it. I don't just say that shit. So make sure you tell your people, whoever it is, your family, your friends, your kids. Tell them that you love them. Make sure they always know. And I do. I love you guys. I love my children. I love my family. I love my friends. Make sure everybody knows that. Because you just never fucking know, man. One day you might get caught in a snowstorm and crawl into someone's basement and be fucking yelling. And no one fucking, they can't figure out where it's coming from. And then you'll be fucked. Alright, I'm going inside. I need something to drink. I need some sparkling water. Love you guys. Shout out to everybody, man. I love you. And now a word from our sponsors. Machine Studio. Go do your shopping there, folks. If you want to be a fucking cool guy like me, that's where I get all my shit from. And I'm out of here.